Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. It's Friday, which means it's Chibi Friday. It's time to start a new Chibi caricature. I've got my paper ready and all my sketching tools, which is just going to be a pencil and an eraser. And hopefully the sketch won't take too long. And I've got my pens here, although I'm going to turn them this way because I found out before that my desk is actually angled and this thing is angled too, and so it tends to tip over, so I'm going to put it sideways so that the angle is not working together. So this time I'm going to chibify my other pet pigeon, Kumo. I picked a different pose, a totally different pose. It was kind of hard to choose because do I show off his cute little, he's missing one foot, but his other foot is really cute and fluffy, but I felt like the good reference photos I could find were a little too similar to the Sora picture that I just finished last week. I wanted to do something a little bit different, so this time I'm going to be doing a sitting down pose, I guess. He's like laying down and he's all fluffed up and he's like already so cute. It's actually kind of a challenge to make it even cuter as a chibi form, but I will try. So let's just go ahead and get started. Interesting, last time I realized that my paper is not square. This pad of paper, it's a Strathmore brand square Bristol paper with a smooth, it's the smooth texture one. It's not square. It's like kind of off, like one angle is small. And so this time, because it was really bothering me before, I put it on my little paper cutter and I cut it so it's actually square. Square paper. Just one of those little things. It's like it's not that big of a deal, and yet, like, what? Why is this not square? It's also square paper. And I looked at the actual pad of paper, indeed the whole pad of paper, because if I push it against one side of the drawer it's in, it lines up against that side, but then if I push it up against the corner, it doesn't line up anymore. Okay, so I've got his head right here, and then his chest comes poofing out like this, and then this here is his wing. So it's got kind of this S shape going on where his head, especially because the chibi head is bigger, so the head and the wing are making an S shape. And then he's very fluffed up, so his wing is like just huge, especially this part. And then there's just a little bit of feathers showing, maybe only like, you can only really see a couple. So let's see, I want to get the shape right. So it goes out and then curves back and then just comes back like that. And then you can see another one here. Look closer. Okay, it comes back along the same, so it's parallel. And then you can only really see like maybe one more right here. I don't know, I'm going to do another one just because I'm not seeing another one, but I'm just going to do one for the chibi version. And then you can see back here the other wing also sticking up like that. But it's actually, okay, I drew it a little too high, so it's like this. And it's kind of hard to see actually because of the picture is kind of dark because he's sitting in the shade. So just do like that. And then I think this is very cute. It's just a thing that I would never have just thought about. The tail just comes straight out like this. And then you can see the individual, it's like instead of seeing, we normally see the feathers out like this, but the tail, you're seeing it more like this. So you can sort of see the way my fingers are is kind of how you can see the feathers on the tail from along the side rather than from the flat this way. There. And there's a little bit of fluff coming out from under the wing, from like his belly. Right there. And then he does have this little, so right where his beaky is, comes out across and shows the two halves of his chest too. Oh, Satsuita, hi! Wow, fast! Decided I was too hungry to shower. Well, you could take a break and have a snack, and then you could take a shower. Yeah, sometimes it gets, some other thing gets priority. I am often too tired to shower. And then I'm like, well, it doesn't matter anyway because I don't see anybody. On a day-to-day basis, I'm not around other people, so. Well, how's it going? Was the drive home nice and easy? I mean, it's all sunny and stuff, so I don't imagine there was anything weird, but maybe there was. Maybe there's something interesting and weird. Okay, I wanna look at this. I'm trying to get the same fluffy cuteness of the chest, but I don't want it to ruin the proportions of the chibi either, so I'm redrawing the chest. It might not take very long to do his chibi because it's going very fast already. Okay, so he's got this big pigeon nub on the top of his beak. But there's a name for that, but I don't know what it is. And then he has a very different looking head than Sora. He has a very short, wide beak compared to her. And it sort of already looks like it, but I'm going to make sure to give him a little smile. I'm going to give him a cute little smile on his beak. Little anthropomorphizing. I'm already chibifying it anyway, so whatever. I can do what I want. I'm gonna make him extra cute by putting a human smile on him. Okay, and the fluff coming off of his beak makes a pretty sharp shape in his white feathers. And then that's also the start of this fluffy round chest that he's got sitting down here. Oh, he's so cute. So cute. Oh, got the school traffic, but it wasn't too bad. Well, that's good. That just means it goes slow. At least it's not like a traffic accident or something where stuff is stopped. Taking a sip of my... I got a really big straw in it. What is it? Mountain Dew Zero Spark. So it's a blast of raspberry lemonade with other natural flavors. That's what I'm drinking today. I just had a lemonade and I was like, I just want another lemonade. Then I was like, well, if I'm gonna have another can of drink, maybe I try something slightly different. So I got the lemon Mountain Dew. It's not really that different, but oh man, this is so cute. I think that the chest line, because of the chibi proportions, needs to come a little forward though. I'm liking the overall size of the chest now though. Something about it before wasn't quite clicking for me. And then I think I'm going to make this line a little more subtle. It was kind of harsh there. There! Oh yes, it's just so cute. It's just so cute. Sounds tasty. It is. It's one of my favorite ones. It's got a more, it's kind of a more subtle flavor. Some of the other ones that I've been trying recently are like, oh, really in your face. Whatever the flavor is. It's not like the flavor is bad, but sometimes a little more subtle is welcome. Okay, the way his feathers grow around his eye, even though his eye is like perfectly round when it's open, it's got a triangle look to it for the skin that's around the eye because of the way the feathers grow. So there's that, and then his perfectly round eyeball. And we'll do a little mark to leave a shiny on there. I bet I'll add more shinies at the end, but let's make sure to leave one. And then some lines to indicate where his, so the way the pigeon eyes open, it's just like, and then it's lined. The eyelid, it goes almost completely around it. So you can see the ridges, that's the word I'm looking for, the ridges of the eyelids. And like halo, or like a halo around the eye. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. So that's what I'm doing here. Oh, Kumo, you're so cute. Another thing that's very different about Kumo, though I gotta zoom in on his face here. There we go. Okay, so actually this is, he's got that heart shape that's famous for pigeons. On this, whatever this ridge is, on the, where the nose is. And then, another thing quite unlike Sora is that it's just, his head shape is almost like a rectangle. It comes up like this, and then it's straight. It's just straight across. And then comes up to a little, like at the highest point right here, a little fluffy crest or whatever you'd call it. It's like it doesn't look like it could be real, but he's real. This is really what he looks like. Well, I mean, the head's not that big, but cute sleepy boy. Oh yeah. I have a reference image. I couldn't decide, but I decided to do the fully open eye. The picture that I took either right before or right after this one, and his eye is only half open because he is sleepy. But I wanted to do the fully open eye. Alright, and then the feathers actually, the feathers from his head actually rest on top of the wing a little bit too. Okay. So I think I've got almost all the details, other than just like some little lines indicating the different layers of fluffiness. Ah, he's all very cute. I love this little Kumo boy. He's such a cutie. Maybe a little there. He's so smooth on the top of his head. Like right here, there's just no little, like not even a single feather out of place. Now right here, there is like a little, as it comes around there. I'm even gonna erase this one because it's making his, making him look a little flat. Exie, hello! Oh, you resubscribed? Thank you! Yay! You're my most dedicated person. Hello, how are you? I think I missed you on Wednesday. It's hard to remember though, because I live stream so much, it's hard to remember what day was what, but anyway, I'm glad to see you today. I was reading your, well, I think you probably saw my reply on Twitter, but I was reading your, what would you call that? Your encyclopedia? Yeah. Your magical plants. Magical plant encyclopedia. I was reading it. Now that I've got this zoomed in, I can actually see that because of the way that Kumo has fluffed himself up, even the top part of his wing, which is like the elbow, is even underneath this front fluff. So I'm gonna make sure to indicate that. He even tucked his wing under his front fluff. I'm okay, thank you for asking. How about you? Oh, I'm good. It's Friday. I'm always happy about Friday. I hope you like it. Yeah, I do. I was extremely impressed how many entries you had. I wanted to tell you, I was hoping that you would be here. I wanted to tell you that I really like the font choice that you made, because it just really, the font alone sets up the vibe for the, like, what you're going to be reading. The magical plants theme. It was a very good design choice. Which makes sense since you applied to the graphic design program, right? If I'm remembering correctly. Okay, so something that's a little bit difficult, I'm trying to make sure to get, is the overall shape of the way Kumo's feathers lay on his wing. It's got this like coming out like this. So I'm actually going to do a few lines to guide how I'm drawing these indications of feathers. And let's see, the ones on the top of his, like towards his back, lay on top of the ones. So I will draw them first. Oh, I missed on Wednesday. I was sleeping. Well, it's good to sleep. I know it's super late where you are, so. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I got rejected. The results came today. Seems like I'm not turning back to school just yet. That's too bad. Are you going to apply anywhere else, or consider trying something else, or just take a break for a bit? I remember you had some urgent reasoning why you wanted to get back into school. Okay. And the closer we get to the front of Kumo's body, the tinier and more numerous the feathers get. There. I think that's probably good enough. And then right here are much bigger feathers. Like they also get really big toward this back, and they're almost like the shape you expect that tapers. These ones are more roundy shaped. There. Yeah, I think that's good. Now, scroll over a little bit. You can see whatever the rib is in the middle of the feather. You can see that on this feather here. Wow, it's so cute. He just looks a cute little fluffy birdie. Okay. Yeah, I think that's good. I think he's looking smaller than the Sora Chibi I did, but that's okay. If I ever need them to be similar size, I can just resize it on Photoshop. Okay, done with sketching. I'm gonna go to inking, which is awesome because looks like I might be able to get inking done today too. Oh, Sarah's here too! Hello, Sarah! Thank you for joining me. How's it going? You introduce yourself by saying sorry. You don't have to be sorry. Oh, and Exie said, I'm not sure what I'm going to plan for the future at the moment. It's a problem for Monday. Oh, good. That's a healthy mindset. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it yet. Nice. I'm glad to hear that. Just wait for Monday. Good idea. I feel like this one looks so much cuter than this one. He is. He's so cute. He's already so cute that it's like even more challenging to try to make him a cute chibi. I don't think it's gonna be much. I don't think it's going to be very much cuter than the original. One of these times I'm going to try to remember to put an overlay on my stream so that you guys can see the reference picture I'm working from, or at least like the main picture, but I keep forgetting and then I don't do it, and so you can't see that. You can't see how cute he is. Maybe on Twitter when I post my update from the end of the stream, I'll try to remember to post the picture too, and then people can compare. Oh wow. Everything is terrible, Sarah says, but I'm not gonna trauma dump on stream. You know my address. You know where to send your letters full of the trauma dump. I'm here for it. I am here to receive all of the terrible. I hope you'll feel better though, at least in the present moment, but just a little, even if it's just to take a break. Satuita, I was giving the plants a drink. A drink? Was giving the plants a drink. What? Ah, I see. Sarah says it's G-Mom, and I hate my parents, but that's what I'll say now. Okay. It does give me a good idea. I will be waiting to chat with you later, if you want. I'm not going to make you say anything either, if you don't want to say anything. But like I said, I'm here. That goes for everybody. Everybody knows a way to direct message me on Twitter or whatever. Need someone to talk to, I'm here. Not saying that I can do anything about anything, but if you need someone to talk to. Because I know sometimes that's all you need is just somebody to say the things to. Okay. I'm inking with a really thin pen to start, and then I will add to the lines later, and I especially want to use a small. I have a smaller one than this is the second thinnest that I have, but I don't like using it for anything but like teeny tiny details because it's really easy. It's so small that it's really easy for me to ruin the tip. So this is the smallest that I go for inking a whole thing. Watering them. Oh, Satuita is, you're watering your plants. You're watering your plants right now? You were watering their plants. Maybe I missed something you said earlier. It just seems kind of random. Or is that what it was and I didn't miss anything and it was just like, by the way, I just watered my plants. I was thinking about how I've been wanting, there was this cool thing I saw last year. It was let's see, I think the title of the item was your pet friendly jungle delivered, and it was like a delivery of a whole house's worth of inside plants that are pet safe. And that is exactly what I want, because I don't want to have to worry about checking each plant, making sure, oh, does it do good inside? Is it safe for all my pets? This company just had one and you just have it delivered, but it cost like $1,000 because it was like it was like 10 plants so you could fill your whole house, which is what I was thinking I wanted to do. I'm like, I have other things to spend money on right now than a whole bunch of plants. It's a little too much. Maybe after I've gone to Japan this year and had my amazing trip, then I can save up for a jungle in my house. So I was thinking that it would be so nice, not just because of the vibe of having lots of plants in one's house, but perhaps it would even help with my allergies because it would help clean the air a little bit. Yeah, plants are awesome pets. Well, my poor little store-bought ginger that sprouted didn't survive, so I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I've never been that good with plants. I feel like I always end up, maybe I'm just not aware of their lifespan, but I feel like plants are supposed to live longer. But I guess I've got some of those like lucky bamboos, which are not bamboo, but whatever, they're called lucky bamboo when you want to buy one at the store. And they've lasted a long time, so maybe I'm not completely hopeless for plants, but... And also, since it was a store-bought ginger, because it just started sprouting on its own, and I was like, oh, well, I'm not going to throw it away. It wants to grow. So I looked up how to grow it. And it survived for a while, but then winter came and it just withered up. And I was like, am I watering it too much? Am I watering it too little? And I don't think either was the case because I got the soil, the potting soil that's designed for you don't have to worry about that. It's like the perfect amount of moisture no matter what or something. Of course, that's probably just a sales point and you can overwater it, but I don't know. It's not like I was drowning it, but I also wasn't letting it get dry. I don't know. Plants are hard. Plants are so hard. Tiger was chewing on the plants, Satuita says. The only way he won't is if he has his own cat grass to eat. I assume you got him some then? So he won't eat the other plants. We got cat grass a long time ago for Bear, and I think that it didn't last because he ate it so much that it just couldn't grow anymore. Like he completely ate up all the cat grass. Oh, Aoife's coming in. Come in, girl. Oh, Chappie's following along. Come on. Oh, Chappie is so silly. Hold on a second, everybody. Chappie won't push the door open on her own. Come on, Chappie. Come on. There. Good girls. Now go lay in your beds. These two, my puppies, are going to be my next chibis after I finish Kumo. Oh, and Sarah says, I've not been able to keep any plants alive in this house. Cat grass just makes Harmony throw up. I think that's part of why some cats eat it, because I think that's what Bear wanted when he was eating it. To, like, help him, to, like, because his stomach didn't feel good, because he was chronically ill with various stomach issues. Yeah, you have to regrow it often. I have 4 little pots in rotation. Ah, smart. Because if Tiger eats it when it's too old, he pukes. But that's not what I want. It's true. Yeah. I want to erase. I gotta get out my... I always forget about this part. I need my kneaded eraser to do some gentle erasing to start with. To protect the paper as much as possible. I'm getting in my closet, and this is my active projects bin that I bought like a week or 2 ago. It's been so nice. All the stuff that I'm actively working on is in one place instead of scattered. Okay, so this is what I wanted. My kneaded eraser. And I feel like when I use this first, I don't damage the paper as much when I'm erasing, even when I do further erasing, because this didn't catch everything. Little tiny Kumo Chibi. He's so cute. And he has such an amazing voice. Sounds so different from Sora, and yet you can tell that they're both pigeons. They both make like pigeon sounds, but he's got a completely different voice. It's deeper, so it's actually kind of classic. Like, he's like he's like a little prince. So it's got the deeper, more manly voice or something. It's funny. I don't think it has to do with male or female. I think it's because he is definitely a purebred fancy pigeon. If you look up Oriental frill, then it looks just like him. But Sora, I have a suspicion, is a mix between a feral pigeon and an English trumpeter pigeon. Because she's got a lot of features that look a lot like an English trumpeter, but a lot of features that just look like a typical city pigeon. And I think that that's probably more why their voices are so different. Okay, done with that erasing. Now I can use this stick eraser to get any more little bits that are left of my sketch. Okay, the chat is okay. Satsuiza says, plants take some work to learn. I used to kill house plants, but then I started working at greenhouses. Yeah, I think that's what my deal is that I just don't have the bandwidth to learn more. Like, I'm learning so much stuff already about other things. Okay. And I allowed Sarah's chat. Let them make babies, then set the babies free. Get their genes out into the world. No, I don't think so. It would be really cute, but that is too much. Too much responsibility for me. Just let a bunch of... Just let the babies go. No, they would be eaten for sure because we have got red-tailed hawks and peregrine falcons in this neighborhood. I'm sure that coming from domestic pigeons, because that's the whole reason I decided to keep Sora, was when I was reading up about fancy pigeons, they are not equipped like feral pigeons, and especially not like the wild ones, which are called rock doves. They're not equipped to take care of themselves in the wild. Oh, it's happening again. I'm getting hungry. This has always happened. It's because it's starting to get close to dinner time. I'll just take another sip of my raspberry lemon Mountain Dew. Yes, Sarah, it's 90% a joke. 10% not a joke. Take them to the city. Lol, what a weird censor bot. Yeah, it's because I just set it to strongest because I have no idea. I was like, whatever, just put it on strongest. And so, yeah, it's like, it didn't, like, make babies. So, I mean, it makes sense. If I was streaming and I was like, this is for kids, then that would be different. But I'm like, I just want it to be family friendly. You know, I want to be safe for work, and I don't think there is a problem with saying make babies. If there was a problem, I wouldn't allow it, but I allowed it. So, okay, now I want to. I guess the first thing I'll do... I wish I could remember which size I used. If I used the 08 or if I used... Oh, I know. I'll just get the Sora chibi down and compare it. Oh yeah, she's much bigger. Well, I would just imagine that he's in the background. There. Which makes sense, because that's usually how it is. He usually is... he's very timid, actually, He always runs away when I'm cleaning the cage. I'm like, I'm not going to do anything to you. Although he doesn't know that because I've had to give him medicine. So I think he does think I'm going to do something to him. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're afraid. You don't know that it's for your own good. You need this medicine. So what I'm trying to do, and it looks like I used this graphic one. I'm trying to see how thick did I make this outline. So, yeah. So now that I was able to compare, I'm going to do my first thing, which is outline the whole shape with the thickest line that I'm going to use on this. But I'm also not going to use it everywhere. So places where I want it to still say light and fluffy, I'll use a slightly smaller one and sort of taper it to connect them. Cute Pidgey. Thank you. I always think about, so you said Pidgey, so that makes me think of Pokemon. And there's the one called Pidove, and it's got the heart nose that like Kumo has. It's like a little heart, like the beak is, and there's these two little round things, and then this is the beak down here. And the Pidove has that. So I like that. Pidove. It's weird because I never really cared that much about pigeons either way. And then I rescue one out of my backyard and I'm like, oh, I love pigeons! So I guess getting to know them personally makes a big difference. Okay, and then this line on his head, smooth as silk. Okay. Done with this thickest of pens. Now I will go down to the 08 size. I had to stop myself from eating all the broccoli. The other night I ate a whole bag of cauliflower tots and felt sick. They're so good though. Ah, they are though. Those cauliflower tots and those broccoli tots. Yum. Ah, so good. Yeah, it is hard. I feel like I love all these different veggie tots that are coming. I was pretty sure I've had some that had carrots in them. Because they're still basically the same thing as potato tots. Just like different veggies though. Okay. That part's done. Moving along. So I'm gonna, I'll wait until I use a smaller one. There are some lines that I need to use a smaller pen to go in between because it tapers into such a small space that I can't use this one yet. That's how life works, Sarah says. Don't care about something until it's actively there. Yep. And then it's like, how did I not know? How did I not know that pigeons were so awesome? Or how did I not know? Like, it reminds me of something completely different with that My Hero Academia is my favorite anime now and has been for many years now. But when it first came out and I sort of would hear about it, you know, it would like come up and somebody post on Facebook or something like, I don't want to get into a new anime or whatever. And but then I watched it and I'm like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever, and like obsessed with it. That's how it always goes. Okay. Alright, done with this 08. Let's go to 05. Next size down. I haven't. So Sarah says, have you read the letters I've sent more recently? Do you have an idea of some of the stuff going on? I'll write to you later tonight or tomorrow. You need a hot soap bath for these cramps first. Oh yeah, bath would be nice. But, yeah, I haven't had time yet to read them. I was thinking that this weekend I've got a nice tidy pile of letters, including, like 2 or 3 from other people as well. So I'm like, I want to read my letters before they become a, like it's very difficult to read them. But I've got like the perfect amount to just sit down and read a bunch of letters. So I'll make it a priority then, since it seems like it'll make a difference to what you'll have to say in your next ones. I mean, it always will, but you know what I mean. At least I hope you know what I mean. Okay, just tidying up some of these lines so that they don't just stop. I'm helping them taper off so that it's more smooth. Especially like something right here where this wing is in front of this one. So I'm gonna make the thick line keep going to help it get a feeling of being in front of something else. And same with these feathers on the head. And under the beak. And whatever these pigeon nose lumps are on the beak, it casts a pretty big shadow. So I want to make sure to capture that with my line work. It's so small. I'm going to hold it up for a second so you guys can see properly what I'm doing. There he is so far. It's going pretty fast. Let me check what time it is actually. Yeah, still got time. Okay, so the bottom of the wing. Here the wing sticks out. But then here it's being covered by this front fluff, so I'm not going to take this up any farther. Floofy, I love the silhouette. Oh, thank you. That's what I was hoping to get, especially the floofy, because yeah, I'll try to tweet the reference picture after this so that you can see how, like, I don't even think I'm capturing his fluffiness the way it actually is. Okay, I'm ready to go down to the next size down, which is 03, because I'm just going to do a little bit more on the wings, I think. Show that this is layered on top of this, etc. It's mostly that this part of the wing I want to look separate from these because that's how it looks just because of his coloring. I didn't look too much into it, but for the breed standards for Oriental frill, it's something called a lace pattern for the coloring on his wings, and so it makes this section look totally separate because these are just white, and this is just white, and then this is all gray with little black marks, and so it looks lacy. So I'm gonna try to get that effect with my inking. Okay, there, that's good. Oh, and the eye. Aha, so it's time to draw people. And fill it in. Pretty pleased with my drawing of circular shapes today. Sometimes they come out a little oblong, but they're pretty nice and round this time. Okay, and then under here is a little bit darker because it's casting a shadow. Alright, looking at beak, I want to add a little bit more to where the beak opens, that line where the top and bottom meet. What? So cute! So cute! Oh, I just noticed here where the tail feathers and this front-facing wing, I want to give them some separation as well. There, that's better. Oh, Satuita, I'm gonna shower now before the other apartment dwellers return. I'll see you all later. Bye! Have a great shower! Thanks for your help today. Before the stream, so that anybody's confused why I'm saying thanks for your help. She helped me out earlier today. Okay. Yeah, I might be done with the inking. He's coming along so quickly. I'm just looking. So he does have, it's really hard to decide because he has some texture on this part of his nose. But it's all white feathers, so it's so subtle, and it might be a little bit too much to use black ink. So instead, I think I'm just going to give this one more look over. Let's see, is this something I can erase, or is it just part of the paper? Ah, it is something I can erase. Keep that nice and clean. Take a sip of my drink. Ooh, Sarah, look. It's the straw you gave me a long time ago. One of them. The one with the bendy top. Well, the bent top. I use it for actual drinking. But the straight ones I have as you intended for watercolor. For watercolor purposes. Oh, since you're here, I'm going to show you that I'm using this straw. I love using it in soda cans so that I can suck up all of the you know, the soda gets stuck in the bottom and you can never get the last few drops out. So that's what I use those straws for. To get the last delicious drops of whatever drink I've got. Okay, I think for the final thing, I'm just going to go back to this 01, that teeny tiny size I used, the second smallest. And some of these pointy parts, the lines are crisscrossing instead of coming together like this, so I'm just adding a tiny bit to make them more pointy instead of crisscross looking. Just smoothing out all the lines. This is something I learned, or not really learned, but I got the idea like, whoa, after you ink, you can ink some more? For some reason, it never crossed my mind that I could go in and refine my lines after I did them the first time. I got that idea from one of the original How to Draw Manga books. It was mind-blowing. Like, what? For some reason, it was like, oh, this, what you ink is what it is, and you're stuck with it, and nope, you could just keep working on it and make it however you want. And so I've done that ever since. The only thing I think I'll do, because I'm just feeling really good about what I'm seeing. I'm looking back and forth between my reference image over there and this. But I think the only thing I still want to do, maybe just make this line a little darker. And then his eyes, his irises, are actually very, very dark brown. So dark that unless they're actually kind of like my eyes. So unless they're in bright light, the whole thing just looks black. So I'm just gonna put some little lines in here so that whatever marker I use to color that in, it'll have an even deeper, darker look by combining with the black lines. So I'm gonna call it good. I think that this is a good stopping point. And then next week, I think that's how we did with the Sora too. We were able to get the ink done all in one session. So I'll hold it up so that you guys can see, because I know it's like so tiny. You can't really see what I'm doing. So here are the inked lines for Chibi Kumo. He's barely even different from what he actually looks like. So I'll post it on Twitter. I'll post this picture of this, and I'll post an actual photo of him for comparison. Hooray! Well, it's just a few minutes early, but I think I'm gonna call it good. I'm really excited for, oh, the camera's not refocusing. There we go. I'm really excited for movie night tonight. We're finally gonna watch Wakanda Forever. So excited, but I'm also excited to play Animal Crossing for today. My Animal Crossing daily play streak continues. So after my follow-up activities from streaming, I'm gonna go have a great Friday night. So I hope everybody else does as well, especially Exy, who I think it's Saturday now where you are, Exy. But oh yeah, and Sarah, I hope that you feel better. Whatever is going on, I'll read what I can this weekend, and hopefully you can let me know what's going on. Hope you feel better soon. That's all for today. I'll be back on Monday with Inktober 52. I hope to see you guys then. Thank you for watching.